thing. Alrighty, well, hopefully that'll be working right now. But good evening, everyone. I am Sarge VKL, going to be hosting the CGL EU Tier 4 Week 2, Phoenix UK versus Dirty Ratters. And let me tell you something, I'm super excited to get this match started, and I think we're just able to start off right away. No reason to hesitate, especially as we are about 15 minutes late at the moment. But yeah, so the first map will be on Dorado, as this is a week 2 match, and in just a second I will be going down the roster. But once again, this is all done through the CGL, not going to be on the mainstream, I don't think. But either way, I'm definitely excited to get this match started here. And you know, Dorado, I think, is probably one of my favorite maps, just for the fact of you got this interesting mix of a lot of different type of corners. You know, throughout there is some open areas, but it normally stays a lot of close together, you know, intense fighting, and the payload, of course, is always a nice touch. But alrighty, so looking at the teams here, looks like everyone is still taking a minute to assemble their heroes here, but I'm just going to quickly go down the rosters. So as far as the defense, I forgot the names already. Phoenix EU, that's what it is. So I'm just going to call them Phoenix for now, but it's going to be
Ready for battle.
Exotics, that's how to pronounce it. There we go. LH, Uncloser, Brody, Gorilla, Mercy. So that is for the defending side here. As far as the attacking side goes, for those Dirty Ratters, love the name. But we got Dilzos here. We got Tambro, I believe. Tambro, Crosby, Tiv, Lambie? I want to say it's Lambie. And then we have Ritters. So looking at these comps already, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the defense so far. So we're looking at a, you know, your average 2-2-2 comp. You got the Widowmaker there, which is a really nice touch, because mine is actually going to be swapping to Hanzo here. So either way, not a bad pick, because it's going to keep keeping that range here, but also with the jump credit, it's very close quarters fight and a lot of damage coming in from that. But the attacking side is also very interesting, as we're going to be seeing a somewhat of a dive comp. It's an unusual dive comp, because we have that Roadhog there. Lucio getting picked immediately though, so we're going to have to hang back just for an extra second. And I would also like to point out their interesting healer situation as well. So they had the Lucio, they had the Zen, but they have a lot of heal. Well, now they changed it, so never mind then. But now coming out with this Mercy here and a D.Va. So triple tank, interesting for sure overall. Winston's going to be going over here, maybe trying to get this Widow here. Slow interactions, kind of poking and prodding so far. Winston is definitely focusing on this Widow, trying to get him. Widow, of course, will be escaping, and Jazzy does actually go down here, so beautiful pick, and I believe a fantastic opportunity to really start engaging now, and that's exactly what we're going to be seeing the red team doing, because they know with them down a person, this is the time to push. But in that pushing, they did lose the Sombra there. So decent even fight so far, but the Mercy, neither one of the Mercies seem to be able to get a res off. Especially with this Pharah just poking and prodding and doing a lot of damage to these guys. Keeping them back, still no real big engagements, as both teams are just kind of eyeing one another down. Oh, with this Lucio peeking at this Widow, or the whatever her name is, Pharah, the flying one. Either way, but Winston does go down that fight. Beautiful pin coming in from Brody. So that is a huge advantage if they choose to take it. It's not just yet, as they're going to be continuing to take it slow here, as Ryan just kind of hangs out. His shield is getting taken. Oh, takes down the Pharah. Look at that. Of course, he's going to get rezzed here, but interesting accuracy coming from LH so far. So we do see a couple more ults on the field here too. This Winston is going to try to prevent anybody from doing such. Does get taken down, not before he's able to get the Widow there. We're going to be seeing a Mercy ult come out as well, and this jump red is continuing to push out. These guys going straight to the heart. A Tire does come out, getting the Zen and the D.Va doing mech here. Mercy getting it res off onto the Zarya, so this defense is continuing to hold strong here. Pharmacy still trying to hang out, trying to do some work, but not really able to find any targets just yet. But good ult charge nonetheless, as she does now have her ult. And we're going to see her pop that immediately, not able to find any targets though, with that Lucio speed boost, helping the team get out of that. So, this defense, like, it's interesting, because throughout a lot of these fights, we're seeing the offense here get a pick. Now they have 2 picks, so they're looking really good to really start engaging here. But they should be careful, as the defense now has 3 ult, but I don't think they're going to get a chance to use that, as now the Mercy has been taken down. Winston will be pushing them back and away. barely not able to finish off the run here. Of course, he's going to try to finish it off, and there's the EMP going to come out, get like everyone hacked, I believe, continuing to stagger these guys, getting the picks that they need to not only charge up ults even further, but to make plenty of room for that point as well. Really going to get taken down. Just barely able to hold on as Winston continues to push into these guys in their spawn. Now the Reinhardt's coming back in to help his team. Of course, has to get out of there. Nobody gets taken down. That would be a rough pick for sure without having to maintain. But I don't think Sparrow really minds. Well, she gets back up a little bit. But she is very close to her ult, so we should be expecting to see that soon once again. Brody still hanging onto his shatter. Hasn't found a good spot to use that just yet. Oh, there's the Widow taking down the Pharah, but not before 2 more members of her team does get taken down. So looks like Reinhardt might be trying to line up a shatter. Does get blocked by the Winston bubble there. Winston continues to apply pressure on his Rein. Now forcing him back with his ultimate, just booping him every which way, continuing to make room for this team. But the defense still has 4 ults on standby. They have not used very many at all. This Reinhardt is looks like he's going for it, but it's going to be the gravitation coming out next to him. Not able to finish off that Mercy, but it's going to be a barrage and a heal bump. Now combined very well to start finishing off the rest of these guys here, and the offense once again is taking the advantage. The Zarya is supercharged though, so could be doing some damage of her own here. Trying to get Summer not to be able to finish anything off just yet though. As these teams are still getting in these guys' faces. This Winston does not care about overextending, but hey, you know what? He's created plenty of room, and the card is mere inches away. But holy cow, look at this DPS coming up for the DPS, sorry, coming up from the defense, getting a couple beautiful picks there. Yeah, I think Exotic started off with like a headshot or 2, and then McCree just killed the rest.
Just what I needed.
So already, now Tambro is going to be swapping to the Hanzo. I like that pick, because that's going to provide a good amount of extra damage here, and of course you have that long range to start contesting this Widow as well. Winston Widow realizing this, he's going to have to back up, especially with this Sombra and Diva now after her. There is Exotic getting taken down. Now the Mercy could res, but not going to be able to get in there as the Diva is, I almost want to say, on? No, that's Call of Duty. It looks like this Sombra has found her next target, going straight for this McCree, trying to get both his DPS, and there it is. Now a 6v4 fight, and you know Red Team is going to be taking advantage of this. Going straight into these guys, trying to look for the last remaining 2 that are staggering here. The Mercy trying to go for Red's, not to be able to finish off as she is discorded then, taken down, and there is Dirty Ratters finally able to get the second point. Just 2 minutes remaining here. Eventually in this round, Winston trying to go in once again. Just barely holding on. Oh, but the McCree finds his kill. The McCree will get taken down as well, however.
Here I am.
Nothing's gonna stop.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm really liking the playstyle coming from Dirty Ratters, because like with this dive comp, they're really overextending. Like, I don't know. It's strange because like they're not necessarily getting all of the kills, but they are making plenty of room, continuing the push of the payload. But TMP might just come out here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Getting a 3-piece combined with that Diva Bomb. Absolutely beautiful coordination coming in from the Riders. A high use as well will get blocked, but he is able to demech the Diva. Let's see if that will be enough to try to turn the tides here, as we are just under 2 minutes. The point is mere meters away from its destination. See Hazel out come out next, going to take down Zenyatta there, and this man is continuing to look for some more targets. Lucio next, not going to be able to finish it off as the blue team is able to take the point back. Ooh, dirty headshot coming in from Tambora. Alrighty, that was so close as the defense was just barely able to get there in time. But they do have some ults on standby here. They do have the grab, and now with the Reaper, I think that's really going to help to start countering this Winston, so he will have to be a little bit careful. The offense has some ults of their own. Once again, the Winston ult not going to be, like, it's going to do too much, at least compared to the Zenyatta ult, which is on standby, most likely saving that for the grab there, and the Hanzo ult coming in here soon. But either way, the fight is going intense on the point here now, as Red Team is starting to push Blue Team back a little bit here, forcing them away, and once again making that room. But it looks like heavy damage from that Reaper. He's going to be pushing them back once again, not able to start this push and stag a little bit further. And this is Blue Team's time to really start pushing up, making sure that they are not able to get the point or just have any opportunity to. Especially as they aren't just above 20 seconds here. Already, and still have that grab Dragons on standby for the defense, so they gotta be feeling pretty good. let's see what the offense can do here, especially now we are entering in the final 10 seconds. Lucio's going to try to get in here, try to stall it, just doing whatever he can to touch here. Does get taken down now. Both teams taken down from the offense. This is it. This is exactly what the defense needs. They're going to be using. They're going to have some trouble with the dragons though. Another dragon used as well, combined with the gravitational there. But it's only Reinhardt left for the offense, and he will get stun pinned and forced off the point. So there it is. A beautiful hold coming in from the defense, holding it strong, and it'll go more than 2 rounds.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Alrighty, sorry about that. Just got a couple messages here. So alrighty, so red team here, the Dirty Ratters, were able to get it decently far, but not able to get it to the end. So like I said, this will not go any more than 2 rounds. Let's see what the I forgot the Phoenix. It's Phoenix EU. The EU part kind of screws me up because I keep thinking, is that an org? Is that a team? Either way, these guys are going to be running a dive comp here, and I like it. It's a very traditional dive to, well, now with a hammer, but it's the type of comp that you would see in about I want to say like season 10, season 9, something like that. But either way, these guys, I'm sure they're feeling confident here. Let's see what the defense has to go for. So the defense, let's look at this. So it's going to be a triple tank with Lucio Moira heals. So those are, you know, they're the healers that you would want for this triple tank. But it's interesting though, because Orisa is really good combined with either Hog or Diva, but they're going to be pulling out both here. So see what they can do with this. They are lacking a little bit of range, but obviously it's not going to. They don't really need range, you know, when compared to the opposing comp here. But was Bastion for a second, but they are going to be sticking with that dive here. So, guys are going to be pushing in immediately, trying to make as much room as they possibly can, trying to get this early pick on the loose. Not going to be able to find it. Probably now dropping down to these guys onto their level. Holy cow, it is actually decent chaos. Just the damage influx from the from red team there is just too much for this dive comp to handle. So already down 2, but they were able to finish off that Orisa. That's going to be a huge pick if they could group up and take advantage of it quickly. So yeah, without their main shield, they're in a sticky situation. But still, with all that damage that they have, I'm sure they're still feeling decently confident here. Winston is going to be trying to engage on this Hog, but realizing his mistake of how fat Hog is, he's going to be backing up here. Positioning on point, the Junkrat will be trying to feed, not trying to feed, trying to feed his ult, trying to give that ult percentage as fast as you can, just because of how massive that really can be. Alrighty, Exotic's coming soon to his ult as well. I'm going to see that Genji Blade in just a second here, as these teams are continuing to kind of poke and prod. I guess one of the teams is like maybe waiting for a massive pick. Maybe the Tracer's trying to get an eye on her. Yeah, she's just going to poke and prod with these guys. The Mercy using her ult next, and there it is. There is that blade going straight before that Moira does get taken down though. That is a absolutely massive pick for them, getting that blade in and out of the way. But the Winston has gotten into the Lucio. Now D-Bomb is going to be huge. Holy cow, and that will be keeping the offense alive here. As now without their healers and their main source of damage, they're going to be in a rough situation, but they're still going to be holding on. The defense will be. Hog trying to use his ult, but realizing that it doesn't have enough health, he's going to have to back up just a little bit. Giving the point a little bit to the offense here, but they're still trying to contest, not able to. Hog going down next. Ooh, beautiful pick onto that Tracer, though. That will be big for them. If they could take advantage of it, both Brody is continuing to find his picks. There's the tire, though. Going to try to find a... probably go for this Mercy next. He's going straight for that Winston. Going to get him to 1 health. Not able to finish him off just yet. There he goes. He does get taken down here. These guys are still pushing as much as they can, but the picks are going back and forth. It looks like red team might be taking a little bit of advantage, but there's the res coming in from 9 Mercy, able to get that Winston back up and alive, and that making that Junkrat stays alive as well. Tracer is persistent, still trying to get in there, not able to finish anybody off just yet, but it's going to be the Moira using her ult next here. And this defense is actually super spread out right now. I guess if, like, I understand they're trying to take down that annoying Tracer in their backline. But yeah, let's we're gonna see a couple swaps here though. So we have Unclosure going on the Hog and Brody going on to the line here. So make sure they get that shield a little bit more to hold behind as this pharmacy continues to put pressure on these guys. This hog is going straight for a hook, gonna find it and finish her off as well. Just at close quarters is not where Farrah wants to be. So she will be taken down, and I don't think Mercy's able to rush her either. One closer, trying to get in some action. Gonna get hog ulted though by his opposer, and not able to get that res off either. The offense here is looking in a sticky situation as now only just under 40 seconds. Let's see what they're going to be swapping to, and it's going to be Brody going onto the Orisa. Now, at this point, as much I encourage swaps, because, you know, they're still trying to figure out what kind of works. Dive wasn't working for them because they didn't have too much to, you know, actually dive with the mobility and sustain from this defense here. So now they're swapping to an Orisa on top. So it's going to be a little rough, but they're going to try to adapt to them. Which is exactly what they're going to be doing here with Farrah. Getting a beautiful barrage onto the opposing hog there, but it's going to be useful in their team alive for a little bit longer. Crosby getting a beautiful tire onto them as well here. A race of pieces are going head to head. Kiv might be a little bit alone, but it's going to be popping Turkey here, trying to finish off anybody that he can. But it's still not looking too good for the offense here. Both teams poking, prodding at one another, but it's going to be an ultimatum from the Moira now, trying to keep her team alive. As we now are in overtime, this could potentially be it, folks. But it's going to be the Hog trying to finish off and clear off the defense as much as he can. He does have his ult here, so expect to see that soon. This Farrah is continuing to do some work as well. Junker getting low here. Hog not able to finish him off though. Like I said, Exotic's trying to finish, kind of keep everyone away, but Hammond is not able to stall in time. Look at that, the offense finally getting the targets that they need, and it's going to be Pharmacy that's doing the work. They're going to be into a triple tank now themselves. Interesting. So, but it is a Zarya. By the way, so now both teams running somewhat similar. You know, they got enough differences either way. A couple more ults coming out on standby here. Exotic, of course, having another barrage. Crosby has another fire as well, so let's see what we do with that. As it appears he's just trying to focus on regrouping here. Making a couple swaps as well as you're going to be swapping Kiv onto the Rhine here. I do like that pick as I am a Rhine player, but see what they could do with that in general. So, Crosby probably looking for a tire in just a second, but this Rhine is pushing in, trying to find this target. It's going to be a huge barrage though. Oh, but he does get countered by Tyre, not before he is able to get an ult of his own. It is absolute chaos here on the point here, and I cannot tell what the heck is going on. I believe blue team's winning, especially with the kill feed just lighting up blue for them. So pushing it even further. Yeah, and not having to use that, not having to use too many ults either. So at this point, they are looking pretty good, just mere inches away from their next destination, and I don't think the defense is going to be contesting. No, they're not going to be able to, so they will have to back up here and give even further room. But now it's going to be the Moira trying to use her ult here, trying to find any target that she can, but she's not able to keep her Moira alive. She does get taken down, or sorry, her Farrah alive. She does get taken down here next. Hog putting pressure of his own here, not being contested by the pharmacy, trying to get any target that he can, unable to really get anybody, but there it is. Hook on the Mercy to finish her off, and they're continuing to go in. The Moira now using it all, trying to keep their team sustained and do a little bit of damage of herself. Gonna get the Hog to a beautiful pick. And this Hanzo, in a sticky situation, gonna have to get out of there. You see with a beautiful boop onto the Moira. These guys are just being as aggressive as they can, which they definitely can be. As you know, at this point, blue team is staggered slightly, not staggered enough to where it's really devastating. Like, but they do have to regroup, and that's exactly what we're seeing here a little bit now. Exactly, a beautiful pick on the Crosby, but now the Hog is using his ult going straight for that Orisa to finish her off now. And I believe that was that a shatter? That was a shatter. Coming out by Kiv there. So, blue team now having 5 ults there, looking pretty good compared to the 2 on the opposing team, but they're still having some trouble kind of grouping up and coming back together as they continue to get picked and still decently spread out. Still trying though. You're going to see a high noon come out, does get taken. Oh, not actually. Interesting. So, he got the high noon off, killing 2, continuing to stag the offense here and keeping the defense alive. Like, because that Hanzo looked like he was going to get him, but wasn't able to find the shot off. But the offense still having 5 ults, they could still, well, now we're going to swap off. But now still having 4. They gotta engage though. They gotta be aggressive. They gotta group up. You know, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to be trying to do here. Just trying to make sure that they get together. But Exotic getting taken down once more. So as you see, potentially in the final fight here, as it's just 20 seconds remaining, they're going to be using a grab here, and a hog off well, but the Lucio ult, they're going to prevent them from doing too much damage from that. So, and Tamburil getting Zarya, that's going to be absolutely huge, especially as we are in the final couple seconds. I think that'll be it, folks. Nice hog pull, but it's, I don't know, the Mercy's not going to be able to touch. So there it is. Dirty Ratter's going to be taking this. Yeah, so, I mean, in general, very close match, very well done. It is going to be Killsoft, though, getting the play of the game. Let's see this. I believe this is the EMP, right? EMP bomb. Yes, sending out the EMP. As well, just beautiful ult combo in general, and of course blocking the High Noon as well. Here you got some shutdown points for that. So alrighty, yeah, I mean, you know, it was interesting. Both teams kind of let off with a dive comp, which worked for them decently, but I think throughout it, Phoenix, that's right, Phoenix EU had some trouble finding the comp that they really want to run. Like, there were some late swaps. I don't know. It just seemed like I keep forgetting these names, man. My memory is not here today. I do apologize. Dirty Ratters. That's what these guys are. So, yeah, in general, the Dirty Ratters, I believe they just won by better focus. You could tell that they practiced before this, and we're definitely prepared. Let's see what Phoenix can respond with in the next match here. And just going to get them ready, so just going to take a quick little break here. Let's see, so we got Swag in for Tiv. We got Snipes in for Lambie. Okay, gonna be swapping Brody out here as well. So yeah, going on to Oasis next, I gotta say, it's an interesting map. You know, when it first came out, I really didn't like it, but over time, I learned to really appreciate it, especially as a Rhine player. Because, like, there's no map like it in the game, I feel like, because the way you weave through, like, I don't know, it's very fluid, if that makes sense, you know. Maybe not, but either way, I'm definitely excited to see what these guys pull out. I would almost even imagine some similar comps, as well as Oasis is known for the Pharaoh, which we've seen a couple times already, and of course I expect to see these guys go back to the Hogs. I think both Hog players were doing some fantastic work. Oh, Lumi. Gotcha. Or okay, so I'm getting word that it's not lamb. It's Lumi? Well, either way, she's going to be taking a minute here, so I don't have to worry about pronouncing that for now. I will learn it, though, I promise you. Yeah, I'm just going to do one final check here. Yep, we should be good to go. Just going to get the readies. Oh, already got them. Beautiful. So going into this next match right here, right now. So, just a quick little recap of what happened in the last one. Two very strong defenses, but it was Dirty Ratters who were able to keep it going in the end. And just overall had a very nice hold towards the final minutes of the match here. So Oasis, like I said, I'm definitely expecting some very similar comps. But just the fact that CP now, I'm definitely expecting some different results. And overall, I'm excited to see what these guys got here. Dirty Ratters going to be now in blue with Phoenix in red. So... Lumby? Lumby. Either way, that's my pronunciation sucks. But so we got. Let's see what we got. Sorry, from both these teams here. So immediately you could tell both of these teams know exactly what they want to run. Looks like we're going to be seeing the return of the pharmacy here. I do like that comp in general because we're going to be seeing. It's in a sense goats, but what's really important about it is the fact that you have these two tanks with 3 support. Combined with that pharmacy, I think is going to go really well for these guys. Let's see what they're going against here though. So interesting comp. Going to be going back with that Orisa triple tank here. They're not going to have the Lucio, so I almost worry for these guys that without that extra speed, Orisa is going to have a hard time. But they do have the McCree for the pharmacy, so who knows? Let's see how they want to run it here. Pharmacy, or the Fair there, of course, going to be spamming the door, predicting that they're going to be there, but it takes a lot of damage. Just getting McCree not able to finish up just yet. McCree is still trying to go for that Fair, of course, not going to be able to find it just yet. And a rough shield plays at the bottom of the stairs. McCree is still taking hits in the Fair, using some interesting angling, trying to get some shots on these guys. Guys are holding on the side. In fact, I've never seen a hold like this. Oh, what a huge pick coming up from Crosby onto the Fair there. That was absolutely beautiful. Just like when he found his shots, he did not miss, but does get taken down himself now. With first, he revived as well. Not looking too good for these guys. It's just like, because it's really hard to... I like this count that they're running. I've done it before. And their positioning as well, but it was just the Pharah was massive, right? The Pharah was just able to shove damage into the close quarters hallways, and the McCree was the only response. So, taking charge of this early, having a plethora of ult percentage as well. We're going to see Tamburo swap to the Widowmaker now. Do like that pick, but it's going to be kind of rough as... without that additional tank, they don't have as much damage to go against the triple tank and the overall heavy sustain that we're going to be seeing from the red team here. But we're going to be starting off with a Shatter. Not going to find too many though, but it's going to be a more ult coming out next time to keep the team alive. It's going to be a barrage as well. Not able to get too many though, as Fair and the Widowmaker kill one another. But once again, the kill feed is turning red. So these guys are continuing to find the targets that they need. They did lose a couple, so let's see if Dirty Ratters can regroup and push once again, but maybe not, as the Mercy res of course did come out. Now 50%. Phoenix looking pretty good, a very different Phoenix than we saw before. I don't think we saw this comp, and they're running it beautifully so far, but we are seeing a couple more ults coming in from blue team as the Supercharger and High Noon are on standby. Now if those two are combined, that is going to be massive damage. Already looks like they're going to be trying to hold a little bit of a point here, maybe letting these guys push forward so Fair can continue to do damage on them. It's going to be Supercharger coming out next, but it's going to be Crosby who finds the next pick, and there it is. He's getting in position for that high movement directly behind him, and they do not know, but he's able to get the kills. I think they will get a block. That was a huge gameplay, but he does find the kill on the Reinhardt in the end. Now Ritter. Oh. Riders, I believe that's pronounced. But yeah, Riders found a pick on the Fair. That was absolutely massive, but they're still in 90%. These guys are still holding. Like, they're having a rough time finishing off these last remaining stalls. Now in overtime. D.Va does have this Angel Bomb, but it's going to be really hard to engage. But now we're going to be seeing closure, trying to push up as much as we can. But this case here, but there's that D.Va Bomb and a grab being used as well. Zen ult as well, and May coming out as just going to freeze these guys in his tracks, not letting Ryan have any opportunity to use his shatter, and getting pretty low as well. This D.Va is continuing to put some pressure, but there's a barrage. It's going to be absolutely huge, clearing off a couple there and continuing to pressure on this Orisa. Just one up away, going to get taken down there, and that's it. A beautiful, beautiful cleanup coming in from Phoenix.
Score 0-1.
So I gotta be asking myself here, what can these guys change? Because this Pharmacy Goats hybrid is very powerful, and I like the Mei, I like the Widow. You know, it did the job to, I guess, lessen the Pharah's impact, but it was the tanks that were really just holding strong, and the support actually. The sustain coming from those guys, and Lucio and Brig were, I think, uncontested most of that time. So it does look like we're going to be seeing Snows come out here, though. Swapping that D.Va for the Zarya. I almost think the Zarya was the call here. Actually, what am I saying? D.Va's definitely the call if you're going against the Pharmacy. What am I saying? Holy cow. But already, of course, going to be getting ready immediately for these guys. I want to put some attention on this Mei. She's going to be looking for a wall off. Not going to be able to find it as these guys take it, of course, back up. But now everybody in... Everyone's everywhere, to be honest. Zarya will get low, but Brig will be keeping every teammate alive there. And it's going to be an absolute massive charge coming in from Swag. This is the turning point that they needed. The Pharmacy just cannot get in there to do any work against these guys. As D.Va puts some pressure on her as well. And there it is, able to take the point here. As Pharmacy still kind of holds on. Might get D-Mac in just a second. Just going to be backing out just in time. And Burrow, though, still finding the picks that he needs. Oh, there it is, a beautiful pick onto the Pharah there. Just very clean headshot. But already, both teams sticking with these Goats hybrids. Like, actually very similar comps here. Well, you know, give or take a few, but it's the idea that high sustain and like a specialty hero like Mei is just really what's working for them right now. And Mei having her ult as well can be huge if she shows decides to use it, but we're going to be seeing a barrage and a shatter from Pharmacy Goats, but Exotic only able to get the line. Now we're going to be seeing that Mei ult come out, a Moira ult as well, and a D.Va Bomb. This is absolute chaos. But the D.Va Bomb worked as it was able to find a kill onto the Brigitte, but Uncloser still hanging out here, just getting low, still holding on. Might go for Shatter. Does get taken down there from the Mei. This blue team is just very good at targeting and finding the picks that they need. Especially Tamburo absolutely doing work on this Mei. Just a few remain. Definitely looking good to keep going, you know. So, Exotics now swapping onto the Hanzo. I like that because it's going to be pulling out some higher damage and an ult combo coming in here as well. They do have 75%. Dirty Ratters does. So. Almost curious if it was the roll version, you know, because it could potentially be a full tilt here, but I don't think that's going to be the case as Phoenix is pushing in immediately. Oh, but the Brig gets walled off. That was an absolutely huge wall, but they're going to try to use Lucio, but it's not going to be enough. But the Uncloser now coming in with the absolutely massive shatter. Going to be using Red as well onto these guys, forcing them into this corner, and Exotic is just going away with his kills here, already almost having his ult, and just swapping. So gonna be able to retake this, but they were able to get in overtime. Theoretically, they only have to win one more team fight to continue this match going, or at least this map going, I should say. Alrighty, we're gonna be seeing a Zen come out here as well. So changing the Ghost once again. Interesting. They're not going to be using the Brig here. Brig, I feel like it's a very powerful asset, but with her most recent nerfs, I understand not picking her. They'll be trying to go for a Hanzo wall, not to be able to find any targets, but does push them forward. But that may not be what they want to do, as the D.Va Bomb and Freeze will be coming out next, able to finish off Uncloser, which with 2 ults for 1 pick. May not be ideal, but what it was just enough to destabilize Phoenix here. Just trying to take the point back and go for the shatter, of course, trying to finish this round here. Once again, it is in overtime. And that'll be not able to touch the point here. Dirty Ratters in the map of their own, looking pretty good now. But the thing is, Phoenix has to win this next map, or this next round, I should say. because otherwise they'll lose it. I mean, probably gonna still probably gonna play a third map either way, but Phoenix needs this win. Let's see what they choose to do so. Looks like they're gonna be going with a Mei Zengos. I like it. I actually like this comp a lot. Very similar to their opponents at the moment, but looking at this so far, I actually feel pretty confident about Phoenix. You know, I don't mean to pick favorites, but just looking at this Zenyatta with the Discord, that's going to be huge. Like, they don't have as much healing, but they do have more sustain in the sense that Zarya with her bubbles reducing that damage and the shield of her own, the rechargeable shield, I think is going to be absolutely massive support for that damage. So, both teams going head-to-head immediately. These are the maze frees that are going to be the most apparent here, especially with Unclosure getting a beautiful charge, but it's really Exotic's Mei that's really leading the way so far, and there's this end Discord, of course. Really taking the point initially. I like that early advantage. And Unclosure, holy cow, already having his Reinhardt. I knew it charged fast, but
Shield's taking damage.
alrighty, Dirty Ratters sticking with no changes just yet. Here's how they're gonna play this one, because they're gonna be trying to make wall, like both walls are used, both teams are decently split up. Oh, but it's gonna be Exotics May use alt use next, freezing the Reinhardt in his tracks and killing off the opposing May there as well. A huge boost coming from Gorillas, just continuing to hold strong for his team. And of course, this man is on fire as far as game standards go. Like 40% now, just about. Once again, these guys are looking pretty damn good, especially with their ult percentage, on standby here. Yeah, I mean, the Tamburro's gonna try to go for a little bit of a flank here, but since he's not with his team, the pressure is gonna be on him. So he's gonna go for that Mei ult here, which I think is gonna be absolutely huge here, but he's barely able to hold on. The Zenyatta ult was big as well, keeping his team firmly alive. We're gonna see him close to use ult of his own to no avail. Bomb coming out next, and a huge shatter, but no finishes just yet, but Unclosure now getting taken down, so without the main tank, that is a good pick for blue team here. But the Mei wall is still causing them trouble. It's really hard to say who really has the advantage. I think it's gonna be, Dirty Ratters, as they are just able to finish off the last remaining fever for this. Yusu is still stalling, trying to get to that 90% line, and that's exactly what they're going to be able to do. So looking pretty good. Dirty Ratters has a lot to do because they have a long hold. Because like with this 8% off of their goal, it's really one or two team fights that that Phoenix needs to win to take this fight back. And like I said, they need this win, so they are feeling pretty good. Let's see what kind of play they're going to make, because they do have Grab and the Mei ult on standby. You could combine those. It's not a bad move. Ooh, too, but we're going to see that Grab come out in a trans as well. There's that Mei ult I was talking about. Actually, no, it was even holding out nice speed. And it's going to be Shatter come out as well. Swag definitely doing some work, as he wasn't able to get that beautiful pin, but he's in a sticky situation, so he will take him down here. Red team looking pretty good with the picks going their way. So Man Diva are still on point to stall. They get taken down now, but it's just the supports and the Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb will be coming out with the block. Reinhardt having a Shatter. I'm surprised he's not using it. I guess he's saving it for the last few remaining stars, especially since they have the point. I mean, to be honest, now in overtime. Just the use here on point. This Reinhardt, of course, is going to be searching for that flood, trying to finish this match here. The Rein does get taken down immediately too. There's that Mei ult as well. Phoenix is looking really good here. Of course, going to be going away from the Mei ult. The Mei ult was really good to give room for her team to really start coming in, but she's going to be disrupting the corner here, trying to go for that stall, and there's the grab as well. Hitting the entire team, or at least all the stallers in it, and there it is. Phoenix taking the second map, Oasis. And I love it. I'm already getting these guys prepared. Like, just in these, in the district, you can tell that these guys are having a fierce match. It has been very close so far, and now 1-1, this final map could potentially decide it. second, we'll get you more info on that play of the game. Absolutely beautiful, just a beautiful shatter in general, because his team distracted while the Rhine just went behind and had a nice little play there. So, like I said, 1-1. The next map will decide it. And just gonna take a brief intermission, make sure we're all ready, see if any swaps, bathroom breaks, you know, the usual. Yeah, just a reminder of what's going on here. This is CGL, of course. I'm your host, Sarge VKL, and so Dirty Riders versus Phoenix EU, Tier 4 team and EU, like I said. So it's interesting. It's not your traditional North American servers as CGL, I believe, is more known for, but of course we've been spreading out more to these strange lands across the seas. Oh man. So, yeah, just kind of a recap of what's going on here in general. So we started off the first map, a decent close match so far. Neither team able to get it all the way to the end, but it was Dirty Ratters. It was Dirty Ratters defense that was just able to hold, like they were winning most of their team fights and looking pretty good with their high sustain defense in general. Unfortunate, it might be a little bit of lag, which you hate to see it. But. So let's see, we got Tiv in for swag, and we got. Hold on, let me let me see what was said. Let's see, it's okay, so not Loom but Lum, so Lumby, right? Lumby. Gotcha. So Lumby in for snipes here. So Temple of Anubis. This is an interesting one. Now, it is a little fearing because this is a map that I've drawn on so many times. Hopefully we don't see that, but one thing special about this map is the first point, it's a little hard to defend, but the second point, if you have a good defense, you can be kings. And so far, both of these teams have had very good defenses, just because a lot of what we're seeing is high sustained comps, you know. So like triple tank, triple healer, stuff like that. Fair's also pretty good as well, but so is Widowmaker on this map anyway, so very interested to see how those interactions go again, because we saw some pretty good Widowmaker from, I believe it was Tamrobo. Yeah, that's the Widowmaker that we saw. Alrighty, still just waiting on these final readies here. Oh, for swag. I thought I swapped him in. Oops. Alrighty, looks like we are good to go to start this third and final, well, potentially final map. By the way, I am no doubt excited. Like, Temple of Anubis, it's just such an interesting map, and you see a lot of high action play, especially because it's 2CP. And just in general, I feel like the comps that we've seen so far have just worked on this map, you know? Like, May, I don't know if we'll be seeing too much of it on first point, second point for sure, as I believe it was Exotics and Timbro both shown their talents on it, but like I was saying earlier, Ferret and like snipers that we've seen throughout these maps are also very, very good on this and used many a time. So alrighty, we will be starting off here with Dirty Riders on the defense here with Phoenix on the attack. Phoenix in red, Dirty Riders in blue.
Ready for battle.
Oh, I love it, dude. These guys are instantly prepared. Instantly prepared. Ready to get this action started and to finish this match for good. I just don't want it to end because it's just it's just such fun gameplay, you know, because both these teams are playing very well today and it's just so far been fantastically close. Alrighty, let's talk about these comps that we are seeing. So, no fair at all, actually. From the defense here, we're going to be seeing Dive. Interesting. It's not too often you see Dive, you know, used on this map combined with the double sniper there. You got to be careful because they don't have too much presence. Well, at least compared to Phoenix here, what they got running. Looks like they're going to be running a Widow Ghost type of comp. Triple healer with Zen Lucio healing, so I definitely like that combo. And the tanks as well. They got to be. You should keep in mind though that they don't have as much in the line of it. Of course, Reinhardt and Mercy are going to be swinging into it, but let's see what they do here. And it's going to be the dive comp going in instantly, but it's Winston that's going to be taken down. Not before LH is taken down. Yeah, but LH is taken down. Ooh, but there it is. It's actually the dive, surprising me, finding all the picks that they need to prevent these guys pushing. In fact, they're stuck in this little corridor. They got to be careful because they could get pretty heavily staggered. But it looks like just don't have the damage to really finish these guys off. But they will, since they do have their Lucio and their Drake, they will be running out. So they do it as fast as they can. Maybe even trying to bait them in a little bit, but there's Exotics. A beautiful pick onto Tamburo, and they're going to go for that Hanzo next. Let's see if we can get him, but the Mercy is going to be trying to res of sorts. There it is. I don't want to say this name wrong. Lumby? Lumby here. So did get taken down, and now the Mercy and Diva down as well. So Exotic's finding his shots here, and just overall the heavy on-point presence coming in from the attack is going to be taking this in the second team fight plenty of time as well. But I do believe this first point is pretty easy to take. But it's going to be the second point that I'm really curious about. We're going to be seeing a Hanzo Dragon keeping them away, separating off the tank as they are. Oh, it's just barely holding on from the support from the Diva. So it's going to be a Diva Bomb and Winston all used, and a Mercy on the interesting. Either way, it's going to be Crosby getting a beautiful pick onto Exotic here. Winston's still in a tough situation, but they will be holding on. There's still no real big engagements have been used yet, except for Temporal. CGL and Drake now Lumby. They do the pick onto the Reinhardt as well. Moira's trying to use all time to keep her team alive. That's exactly what she's going to be doing, and then more. She's a good amount of damage herself, keeping these guys at bay. But I want to talk about this Reaper. This Reaper is going to be an absolute huge pick, but holy cow, let's not talk about this Reaper. Let's talk about Exotics. Getting that beautiful headshot onto him, and now a wonderful grab as well. But it's going to be losing all, allowing their team to stay alive now. Uncloser just swinging and smashing any place that he can, going for the Winston. Pin hit, but the Mercy has given up, and there's that shadow coming out going straight for that dangerous Reaper. Now Uncloser just doing some great work, finding the next target that he can. Beautiful position. We're really going to go for a charge. Not going to be able to find anything just yet.
No one can hide.
Alrighty, just a few remaining here to stall. Like, Reaper. He's a beautiful pick. But the stall is still going on. The Winston now using his ult, but Lumby is taken down. Now the offense here is able to get that first tick that they need. Of course, the stall is continuing, preventing the guys from going any further. And once again, these guys are finding the targets that they need, but they're finally able to get the Widow, not before she's able to get the Reaper once again. Holy cow, that man is just preventing the group from doing anything. Already now finally a team kill, and that will be Phoenix taking round one. At least finishing it.
Score.
Yo, holy shit.
Switching sides.
I wish I could, Brar with LOL, man. Thanks for subscribing.
Initiating
Fun fact, that's my first
match.
subscriber. By the way, who cares about me? Let's talk about this game once again. So 4 minutes and 32 seconds. That's a good amount of time. Let's see what the dirty Ratters can do to make this match a bit more even, huh? So yeah, we've seen some overall a lot of good play coming in from Phoenix in that offense there. We saw a very good target prioritization, and the Widow was just hitting shots. Like, she got at least 1 or 2 picks each in every team fight, you know? So I'm curious to see what they're going to do to try to counter this Widow. Oh, it's going to be Goats. Now, this Goats, I'm fearful. We're seeing a Moira. There's a pretty bad rap going around for the the Moiras in the higher tiers like this, as you know, it's just compared to heroes like well, Mercy isn't really used in Goats, but compared to heroes like Ana or Zenyatta, just that extra damage, or at least like Discord, you get that extra damage, but with Anti or with Ana, you get that Anti and the stun, which can be very useful. I almost wonder if Ritters can hear me. Look at that. He's like almost making up his mind here. But nope, they're going to be sticking with this. And looks like they're going to go against that Widow once again. But also this Reaper. That Reaper, I think, is a very good pick for this map. Just getting close quarters damage and just the high damage that it provides in this current meta is going to be absolutely huge for these guys. But of course, this build comp is going straight into on the point here. That is what you want to do with Steve trying to counter the Reaper there, but this Widow is finding his shots immediately, getting the Lucio in and out of the way. Gonna have to reposition a little bit here, but looking for even more targets. Reaper now getting taken down. So now a 4v5 fight here. It's really hard to tell who's winning. Like, the offense still hasn't gotten a tick yet, but they're still on the point, still, you know, still like there. But there it is, Crosby now getting taken down by that Hog, and the Lucio getting the pick of his own. That will be the defense continuing to hold strongly. So yeah, I mean, just the Widow got that early pick, which was absolutely huge, stopping the Goats comp from having that very much so needed speed. Because Goats comp is very, like, it has to be in your face to do a lot of its damage. Well, at least when you think from the Reinhardt's perspective. But already, we're going to be seeing a Moira use her ult immediately here. A little bit premature, as the team is still kind of taking their time going in. But either way, Ritter does get taken down, so another beautiful headshot coming in. But we're going to be seeing a Super Trigger and Mercy ult used as well. Just overall, plenty going on in chaos, but there's that Reaper ult getting 2 there, but does get a beautiful Diva Bomb in itself, getting the Reaper and the Mercy. Those are the targets that you want. But this Hog is still on point, still causing some trouble. Is one gonna. But now it's a matter of Widowmaker and Lucio. Lucio can take a lot of damage here from the supports. The Widowmaker not able to find any shots with very good positioning from those supports. So loving the support carry. Well, maybe not a carry, but alrighty. Going in with a similar amount of time, I think. So 6 minutes, which I think is similar to what their opposers had. They will be swapping to the Zen Goats here. That said, I do like that a bit better. But either way, it's how they run it, which is important. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, it's... Yeah, I mean, like, both teams are now Zen Goats. I didn't even realize that. Like, interesting. Interesting, you know, just this Goats on defense, which I think is going to have a little bit of a disadvantage, but I don't think that they care, as they are to be taking down both of these supports here. So looking pretty good immediately, just putting on this amazing pressure on the boots here. Boots of his own. And you know those are good boots, because it's not like you launched them off the air or anything. So, and I like the aggression that we're seeing from these guys as well, just getting in their face immediately, because that's what you gotta do, Joe. It's just not giving your enemy any breathing room. But we are going to be seeing a good amount of ults coming in from the offense here, because, you know, we got Grab, we got that Shatter on standby. We've all changed a little bit there. Anyways, and then we got that Lucio ult. So, go in, smack some heads, get them on the ground, position them where you want, and then stay alive with the Lucio ult. But there's a trans on the defense, so that will most likely give them life, and the Shatter comes out. Does get blocked beautifully by Uncloser, but there's that Grab. Can't block that. That trans will be giving life there. I like the opposing Lucio ult even pick so far, but it's going to be a deep bomb taking down Tiv there and repositioning the offense. Yeah, so Exotic's just doing some really good work on D.Va so far. And now going to be taking that time advantage as well. Both teams sticking with this double goats here, or the double Zen goats. But with this upcoming team fight here, now it's going to be the defense with that ult attention. Having that shatter, having that grab, and the break ult, that break armor will play huge. Which, interesting enough, I'm still not too sure how the armor works now. What? I'll tell you who doesn't care about the armor. Robo swapping back to that Mei. I love that pick. We saw some beautiful gameplay from him earlier, and just the stun, freeze, and the wall is going to be absolutely massive, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Freezing that D.Va and getting her out of mech. Really going to get that early pick up there to that grab, but they do not care. As the D-bomb does get sent out, able to get that hit for the reasons they ult that kept them alive. Closer, I believe you Shadow wasn't able to find his target. And there it is. Dirty Ratters finally able to take the get the advantage, is what I'm trying to say, and this hand and ult is going to be trying to stall, but the Mei is just not letting him. And of course, this breaks down will be helping as well as they're continuing to try to fight off these stallers. Going to wall off the side there, not letting anybody in. Oh, that bag did actually block up the but now they have a Mei of their own to stall. Zen will be trying to use his ult, trying to keep that stall alive, like just continuing his stats, kind of the main focus. Oh, but you can't stall if you're sleeping on the ground. Coming in from that huge shatter from Cozy. Exotics trying to stall as well. Not good of a push there, but they don't even have a tick yet. They finally got their first tick. With 2.5 minutes remaining. As Lucio continues to stall, Robo finding a beautiful pick under the Zen and is finishing off that Lucio. They're on track to finish up, and that will be the end of round 2.
Score 2-2. Initiating match.
So yeah, what's there to take away from that, basically? Just run goats, lol. Oh man, that's been the motto for like the past 3 seasons. But I mean, hey, it worked. Until you had to go against that Mei. The Mei is just, it's really hard to go against goats because goats is slam in your face, you know? And the Mei just can either wall them off or slow down their pressure. So of course we're going to be expecting to see Robo back onto that Mei, but also Exotic's going on the Mei himself. So once again, these teams are practically identical with the only difference the off tank.
Discipline divine is your most dependable ally.
So already, Dirty Ratters only having half of the time of Phoenix, but what am I trying to say here? It's the fact of you know, you're able to take that first point quickly. It's really the second point that decides the victor here. So let's see what these guys are doing here. Interesting positioning. We're going to be seeing Phoenix holding away, just hiding from these guys. They have been spotted. Now the defense has turned into an offense here. As the teams completely swap positions, but it's going to be the Zen with the lack of mobility does get taken down as he was in the backline there. Now the Rhyme just putting beautiful pressure with finding that amazing Discord play. Going to finish off the rest of these fellas holding the defense before they're even able to get a tick. That's good, 30 seconds off their time immediately. Ooh, but Zost was able to finish off that Zenyatta before getting taken down himself. So if they do push immediately, they will be, you know, they will have that 6v5 advantage. So that's exactly what Dirty Ratters are going to be aiming for to do here. Going to that Zen and immediately try to get a beautiful wall too, preventing them from really doing much, but the chaos is going underway on point. As both teams kind of try to, you know what? Who cares about that word? These guys are doing some work here for like getting another 2-piece. I probably could have even gotten more, or probably did get more, to be honest. This man has been consecutively doing a lot of damage. He's shown that he's the secondary damage for his team. Oh man. So already now just 40 seconds left for Dirty Ratter to try to get at least get one tick. Otherwise, it's in threat of you know, a loss or a drop. These May walls are going to be going up, and they're doing with the May ult coming out as well, getting everybody frozen. With the defense though continuing to light the feed up with their red. This Reaper swap does come in, but it's not going to be enough to really change the tides, as like I said, they are in the last couple seconds here. So potentially one final push. Let's see what these guys could do. But the defense has 4 ults on standby. But then again, so does the attack. They will be going in manually, but a grab will be stopping them. Tembero has to touch, but he's going to be able to. He's got frozen and he can't touch. And there it is. Round 3 completed. Phoenix looking pretty good. It's in threat of Dirty Ratters. If they want to win this today, they have to draw it and go into a 4th map. Phoenix will not let that happen, as they have 4.5 minutes to try to prevent that.
Ready for battle.
And then my broadcast stopped at one point.
Attackers
It's kind of unfortunate.
30 seconds.
Either way. So, let's see what these guys can run to try to finish it off here. So, like I said, this could potentially be it. Phoenix has an idea of what they want to run here. Looks like we're going to be seeing the Shimada brothers come out with that Genji and Hanzo. And the traditional 2-2-2 comp with Zarya, which is a good play to get that ult combination in. We're seeing... Ooh, that's strange. Look at this defense comp. It's a Mei, Junkrat, Winston, D.Va. Now they have the Lucio, which is really good for dive, but Junkrat and Mei can be difficult to run with that dive, because like it's hard to play together and pounce targets, you know. Oh, and that Genji going straight into the Winston, not realizing he's there. It does do some good damage. There it is. It's Squito. I'm gonna call him Scott for now. It's gonna be Scott on that Hanzo getting that early pick, but it's Tembero getting a pick of his own. Now the Winston is putting beautiful pressure on the Mercy, pushing her back, and not able to heal up her. I don't know if they're especially as he gets walled off here. The wall gives plenty of room to get that res off on Zarya. The Reinhardt does get taken down. The Winston now getting, or the Winston continuing to put pressure, I should say, as picks go back and forth further. But now it's Ritter's getting res off on Tembero.
See through the
Tamrobo, sorry. Now Scott does have his dragon, and have the grab just yet to combine it. And you're going to be putting pressure on this Junkrat, trying to get him out of the way early, but the Mei and Winston were ready for that. Oh, there it is, Exotic Zone straight in, trying to use this blade any way he can, just do enough, getting to put his Mercy gun pick. They were able to respond with cars, but without their Mei healer, they're in a difficult situation. Going to try to finish up the Mei. He's going to do just that as Eddie continues to try to find his target. Now we're going to be seeing Scott using an ult of his own. Trying to finish off these last two remaining stallers. Now a grab will be coming out before some guys off point, but it's going to be the D.Va using his bomb next, does get blocked by Uncloser, but there's the Lucio with his ultimate as well, trying to keep these guys alive further, as they only need one tick remaining, and they have all of their players on point without a single stall. And there it is, Phoenix going to be taking it. Very close game though. Very, very good, everyone.
Play of the game.
Hey, my boy, a closer on the run. What was interesting? So he got this one for Lifesaver. I see. It was combined with the. There was a combination with that Zen Discord list, which I think is really huge. So yes, congratulations to Phoenix are beautiful gameplay overall. We'll be taking this 2-1. That was somebody throwing something. Stream lagging again? Whatever. By the way, whether or not you can hear me, I'm just going to do the closing thoughts here. Just kind of a recap of what we saw in today's match. Dirty Ratters against Phoenix EU Week 2 Tier 4 CGL. So in the beginning match, we saw Dirty Ratters with a beautiful defense, as Phoenix still kind of took their time to get coordinated. And but yeah, Phoenix, once they got coordinated, once they were able to focus. One second. Oh, never mind. I was just getting some messages. Oh, so wait, what is this? Either way, doesn't matter. Let me just close off the stream real quick. So yeah, it was Phoenix. Once they got prepared, you really saw them able to focus, find their targets, find the right comps that they wanted to run, and finish it off for today's match. Now, if you did enjoy this stream, don't forget to follow and do whatever. And if you're interested in joining the CGL, please feel free to join the Discord. Check out our social media, as we do have some interesting posts on our social media. By the way, I won't get into that. Do stay tuned, though, as tonight I will be on another stream casting 2 more matches tonight in the Tier 3. Won't be on my channel. It'll be on someone else's, so go ahead and take a look into OW stream schedule. But either way, I've been your host, Sarge VKL, and I'll see you guys next time.